Finally.
Tifa, when you're ready.
Let's do this. Calling lightning. Deal with that.
Need my help.
Let me through. There. Yeah. It's on you.
I got it.
Bring it.
So long. Keep it together.
Can you deal with this? Another health gain. Good lord.
Now what?
Could be a system.
Get up, Cloud. Instantly die. Alright, Cloud, get up.
You waiting? There.
Bring it.
What you doing now?
Get away from the trap.
Fire in one off.
Cloud's dead again? For what?
Good to go? Bring it! Hope you're ready. Come on! There!
Not this shit again.
Bring it. Get off. I couldn't control her. Now, now. Now, now. Limit break this shit, please. Wait, I'm attacking the wrong part as well. Cloud, heal Tifa. Protect her like you promised. Right, Tifa, take it home.
Let's finish this.
Just wanted to show a limit break off.
We got it.
Now we can do some damage. All clear.
stay there.
Let's go.
Sure.
Aye, this way.
Thanks.
This won't do.
Uh-oh.
Sir, analytics reports that the feed went down after an anomaly was registered during the test.
This soldier deserves a gold star for that
Anomaly.
report. The
Or an
feeds
excuse
went
for your
down.
failure
No,
to properly prepare
really?
the armor.
No, sir. All modules were confirmed fully operational. It's far more likely, given the circumstances, that the sensors were overloaded.
All the camera feeds go down. So the feeds went down. Really?
That's so.
All the sensors in Section E are inoperable.
This guy's like,
The president.
hey, I got that mobile phone. Look.
Yes. Yes. Everything is fine, sir.
Everything's gonna be
There's been a
fine.
development.
See, he says it as well.
Yes. Understood, sir.
Everything's gonna be fine, Mr. President. Don't worry.
We know exactly where they were headed. If the armor is intact, then you'd best determine the nature of this anomaly soon. Should you fail to do so, you will deal with our intruders personally.
Yes, sir.
Don't worry. I treat my people more than fairly. So don't disappoint me.
Got chicken his Twitter feed. There's not enough gya in his, you know.
Passage is beyond these shipping containers.
I feel like they could put
Let's
more
slip
gya
through.
because that's Heidegger, you know. Kya and gya, you know. He just goes ha ha.
About a tight squeeze.
You
Got
okay?
it, Barrett.
Yeah.
Small horse.
So, you bump into any giant robots like that in Reactor 1?
Yeah. Except the bastard looked like a scorpion. Speaking of which, what would you say that last one looked like?
Huh? Well...
Looks dead now.
So this is... So what we've just done is, you know when you jump out the train in the original game and you walk along that long corridor? We've just done that. And you know when you get those red beams and you go down the chute? This is that chute. This is literally that chute. Like, for those who can't see it yet, like, or haven't seen it or haven't realised. The red beams aren't here like they are normally, but like, this is literally the same recreation of it. Like, you have this little passageway here that then takes you over to where we see pigs.
Lo and behold. All aboard. Just so you know, it's not gonna get any easier.
Are you sure about that?
When did it ever?
Oh, we gotta do this first. Everyone's favourite chapter.
Through here and straight on to Reactor 5.
You make it sound so simple.
Only 'cause it is. That there's the reactor support pillar.
See, it's easy. Just go there,
So what's the plan?
After plan E comes F, G, and then H.
Thought E was the last.
This here is section F.
We cut through section G and head for H.
A cargo platform in H will get us closer to the reactor. Biggs should be somewhere over there. Looks like the sun's going down on Midgar.
Right. Double time. We got a date with the reactor.
I mean, the sun's going down. They're in the slums. How can they? Oh yeah, we're not going to go down that route. Right. Right, here we are. We made it to the next chapter, Sector 4 play, which, by the way, is in the game, in the original game. It's just like one or two again. So it's like 2 screens. But here we're just like it becomes a whole bigger mission. I do like up here, whilst I've got a great view right now. You can actually see the whole of the slums down there. Like, and it does create the size of the slums. Hold on, let me save the game. Yeet down, do it. Well, we already parachuted once down there, right? We're good, we're good, we're good. Oh, let me get past the first cutscene before I do it. Yeah, as you can see, like, there's like,
Nothing but air below us.
Shut up and move.
it's really
Just
cool
don't
that you
look
can
down,
see the
okay?
size of the cities
Easy for
below
you to
us,
say.
all the way towards the outskirts of it all. You can see the reactor bases. Like, it's created really well. I mean,
Section G's through here, huh?
they look kind of flat. Like, I think I'm only just seeing this, unfortunately. And this is the PS5 version, but yeah, that whole JPEG down there looks very there's no depth on that, unfortunately. I always thought that maybe there was, but now maybe it's an upscale. It's just things that flat when you're high up. No, not to this. That looks like a flat image. Not when you look at it like that from the distance. It all looks flat over there. You'd see a little bit of depth. But I'm not gonna focus on it. I'm not gonna get angry. Make scenes out of this. It's not really worth it. I feel like you never really see the floor though, like where the bottom of the base of the reactor is. Like, because you can see like, but it's also creating that like weird view. Well, you can see like warehouse and stuff like that. It kind of gives you that. What I like about it, I mean, it works there just fine. It shows a lot of things there. Is it shows you the this is also how to power all of the slums, but also it's like shows you how big the cities really are rather than just a few screens, which is really cool. And that's part area. This is all sector floor slums that we don't even see ever. So. Got it installed, what are you waiting for? Right. Hold up. So this bit of the game, a lot of people aren't a fan of, and I think it's because it's a bit, the pacing is a bit slow on this mission. Because, you know, I think it's more because of the excitement. Like, you just want to get, at this point, you just want to get to Reactor 5 and start get into Airbuster and stuff. Well, I totally understand that.
This is switch for the lamp.
So there's a cutscene here that I
This oughta
initially
open it.
skipped once upon a time because I forgot about it. I did this thing where I explore, and I'm like, oh, so I never actually
good?
officially saw this scene.
Needs power, I think.
I just
That
went
looks
to where the
more like
power
what
is.
we need.
Control room.
Let's check it out.
So when I first played the game, I actually went straight down this path. And they were like, and I never got to saw that conversation, but I know
Maybe
it's there.
no one uses that entrance.
I'm getting the feeling no one's come down here for a long time.
Down here?
Inspectors, huh?
Down here? Have you seen how high we are? Barrett, like, bro, the sauce. I won't spoil that. Oh, well, I accidentally ended up climbing the ladder behind Tifa.
Think it works?
Yeah, I didn't mind this section. I think it's just the excitement of wanting to get to Reactor 5, and those who know don't know what's coming up and that kind of stuff.
Insufficient power.
Also, it's easy to get
Hey
lost
guys,
here.
look at this.
So there's one bit where you have
Instructions
to
for
go
dealing
through
with
like
power
what,
shortage.
a whole
Kill
section,
the
and you have
lights.
to go back for a
We free
section,
up
and it's
power
easy
from
to
the
get
gate
lost,
and
which
other
would be
stuff.
annoying for people.
Sun lamps. You think these are the plate suns? The closest thing we have to the real thing.
Gotta put out a sun just to open a gate, huh?
But I feel like
But
a
if
lot
we
of
go
people say like,
through
oh,
it,
they've just added
ground
filler
isn't
just
such a
because to
forward
stretch
suffer.
out Midgar.
An hour later. Sun's
Reality
going
being,
up good
shouldn't
when
be
we go
straightforward.
That's true.
I've got lost. I speak from experience. I got lost too. I didn't like get fed up with it. I can play this game forever, but
All these lamps. You'd think they'd be able to balance the load by now, though.
what?
Maybe.
They do make
These
sense.
guys
And when
are
people say they're not
really
canon,
looking.
The
this is
lamps
its
are
own
important,
canon.
but when you think
There's
how
no
much more
canon
power
to the
it has
original
to
game
take
here.
components.
This is its own entity. People need to say, this happened in the original game, so this has to happen in this game. It's a different canon. It's a different universe. You know? The only thing that would link it all together is if it goes full Spider-Man. And without saying spoilers, you'll all know what I mean. I haven't even seen it, but I know what I know what they do. So like, unless it goes full Spider-Man, I don't think that would be a happy thing as either. Like, they're separate canons.
That's gotta be one.
Advent Children has
Man,
nothing to do with
look at
this,
the
which
size of it.
That a console I
which
seen near the top of
when
that
people
ladder.
go like those harbingers at the end of the three guys from Advent Children,
Tall attitude.
that does kind of annoy me. But
Okay, we'll wait down here.
like looking for things on an old canon here is not the way to go about it. You just best way to do it is look at what the game's giving you and the story's giving you, and even the Ultimania for the remake. Then you can be like, okay, because it made it very clear already. This is its own thing, and that the story is going to change. And this is not
Okay,
this
that's
is called
that.
remake for a reason.
Great job, Cloud.
It's not a remake of Final Fantasy VII. It's called remake for a reason. It's called Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's called Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Kind of love it as well. I think it works because it's like it makes the night and day effect and it helps powers the city. How else do you think the slums get powered? You know, that's the whole. You know, it's clever. You know, it's all light pollution, but they're creating like this day-night effect in Midgard, so the people down in the slums can get that feeling of what's night and what's day. Because if it's the same, I don't.
Next stop, Section G.
There are places in the world,
And
but at
after
certain
that,
times of the
Reactor
year,
5.
it's night throughout the whole day. It's only like a very few places, but it's a certain times of the year, it's like a winter, where it's basically dark throughout the whole
Great.
day, and it's very
I'm
easy
sure
to do
those
perception of
people
time.
welcome us just as warmly as before. Tell you what, the rot runs
Yes, but
deep in
you
this
use the
damn
word
region.
mobile crossover game, so I don't know what mobile crossover game is, but they're just that's just going to be a way to sell a different character. They will do that. That's just gacha games said. That's not a canon thing. That's not a canon theory at all. In my opinion, no, is it? Anything that happens in these crossover mobile games hasn't got anything to do with this. That's just Cloud making money for Square. Because let's be honest with you, it doesn't matter whether you've played a Final Fantasy game in your life or not, whether you care about it. You know who this guy is. Everyone knows who this guy is. Everyone knows who Cloud is, and everyone knows who Sephiroth is. People don't care about Squall, or even Terra, and like Zidane, Kuja, Tidus, Seymour, Yuna. No, people don't really know that. If you say Final Fantasy, Cloud is the character that comes to mind, and Sephiroth is the villain that comes to mind. That's it. No one else really thinks that, unless you're a hardcore Final Fantasy fan that's played Final Fantasy, you know? So, Cloud just makes money for Square. And like, there's many gacha games that have the same character in that game twice. They'll be like, oh, you got Cloud, and you got Cloud too. Because he's like Super Cloud, you know. If Sonic, if there was a gacha game for Sonic, Sonic and Super Sonic would be two different characters. And it's becoming abundantly clear that right now Square are focusing on remake development. The Ever Crisis trailer they showed.
Not bad.
The Ever Crisis trailer used models from the remake, which does make me question the whole point. I could go on a wild rant about Ever Crisis right now, because it's just, I've never understood what Ever Crisis is supposed to be. And my understanding is it was meant to be the 2D remake that everybody wanted, even though
No way to cross that.
I wouldn't use the word everyone. I hate that word because I was never asked for it.
Hold your fruit.
If I want a remake of the original game, I'll just play the original game. It doesn't need a remake. Just play the Steam version. It's upscaled. It looks great. How's it going, Monkey Wrench? Good to see you. Like, I don't understand Ever Crisis and the fact that it's just a mobile game. It's just a gacha game to make money. And they're using remake. They're using remake. They're using the remake as a... Sorry, hold on. I lost trail of what I was saying. I lost my trail of thought. Hold on. Hold that thought. I'll buy Ever Crisis if they put... Ever Crisis is free though, isn't it? It's a mobile game. Surely it's... Wait, you don't have to pay for Ever Crisis, right? There's no way that Ever Crisis is charging you at face value. It has to be free, and then you unlock characters in the game. Because you don't use more than one character. Yeah, that's it. Quote unquote free. Yeah. It will make money from, and I know this, so I'm 100% correct from this, without the game coming out. Battle passes, there'll be seasons, there'll be battle passes, you won't even be able to do all the content straight away. You won't be able to do all the content straight away. They'll slowly progressively lift it out, bring it out, you know, and that works and trust me, that concept works really well for a gacha game that isn't already based on a story that's already out there. Genshin works. I'm not saying just defend Genshin. Genshin works the way it does really well, and it's been very successful. I think they've looked at Genshin and trying to half replicate other gacha games, and they're not doing it very well. Which is surprising, because they do have two gacha games that have done extremely well, that I know of. The Dissidia one, which I know has done really well, and the Record Keeper, which is still going. I know there was Mobius or something. No, there's 3 gacha games that Square have done really well. There's another one called... Hang on a minute. Might still be on it. Final Fantasy Exvius is also a very popular gacha game that has done very well. I think there's one called Mobius that got shut down. Yeah, Brave Exvius has done very well, and I had that, and I played that for a while, and I actually enjoyed that. I actually enjoyed Brave Exvius. But I don't understand Ever Crisis. Like, a lot of people are excited about it, and I think when it comes out, they're excited about it now, and they're gonna be very disappointed because they're not seeing what it really is. And unfortunately, I play Genshin each day, so I've got to do end game Genshin. I know that there's nothing there. And I play another gacha game. I don't, and I know that there's a point where you're just grinding for the sake of grinding, and in some instances to keep you logging in for 20 minutes a day.
They busted?
That's how they make money out of it.
Is my guess.
Whether you're
Lucky
free to
us,
play
am I right?
or not free to play.
One less thing for us to worry about.
2D remake will eventually be free. EchoS is moving along, etc. Project with the remake one. Yeah, I'm not talking about... I don't know what you mean, Irish. I know that EchoS is a mod though. That's got nothing to do with Square. EchoS is Suna and his team. Like, that's got nothing to do with Square. The closest thing to a good the face-to-face remake is EchoS, to be fair. And it's fine using remake mod, but the whole point of EverCrisis is they were trying to sell it as not that. Like, EchoS is just the original game based with the new models and upgrades and just creating the ultimate mod, basically, for the community. That's a fan-driven project, which makes it amazing. And I already know it's going to be better than the actual any game that they put out. But EverCrisis, I don't understand why there's such a want for it, especially after that trailer and the fact that they're saying closed beta. What they want to be doing at this point is they're going to say open beta, and then here's what they'll do is that when they make it, given it open beta, they'll give it to content creators that don't do any content for Final Fantasy. They will give out. This is what Square do, and they did it with Stranger of Paradise sponsored. Stranger of Paradise is sponsored to gacha communities. Diablo was sponsored out to content creators of the gacha community, like, because there's money there. They think, yeah, people will just join for free, and I guarantee you, EverCrisis will be tried and tested with content creators on Twitch that don't even play Final Fantasy, or to that degree. You're interested because of the before crisis. That's how they catch you, but it doesn't mean it's going to be there from the get-go. You think you're going to be able access to before crisis at the start of the game? You think they're going to start Ever Crisis at before crisis? It's a lot of copium. Since the money is Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, the characters they already showed off. But nobody wants the remake. I don't understand who wants the remake, quote, remake that we wanted anyway. This is the remake that we want. I don't understand there's anything wrong with this, to be honest with you. Like, even though this isn't a remake. To be fair, this isn't a remake. We can't call this game a remake anymore, to be fair. But it's called Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's in the title. It's not an actual remake. It's actually called Final Fantasy VII Remake. You know. They're doing Crisis Core and OG Final Fantasy VII first. They're not the worst offender. And there's nothing wrong with doing the mobile games thing, but some of these games, so a lot of mobile games now, the bigger ones, don't only do it on mobile. Like, they are holding themselves back so bad. Like, even Apex Legends, an FPS games on PC and console, big for it, have just released a mobile version of the game. Has no connection to the other servers. So those who play on mobile will only be playing with other mobile players. And it's got popular. All the battle royales are doing it. So why don't they just release a PC console version of First Soldier? Not only will it look better visually on the game, more people will definitely play it. It's free to play anyway. It would do popular. It would do really well. I don't understand how they haven't released it. It's just madness to me. It's madness that they're just letting this opportunity go away. I should move along this because I don't want to be here all day.
Filling the air that we gotta breathe with their shit.
Monsters sure seem to like it. What's up with that?
And Square are an
It's
opportunity
like in the
because they're not like.
They get twisted by the Mako.
Now,
but it
there's
all
nothing
goes
wrong with
back
Square
to
making
shit.
money out of skins on a mobile game and stuff like that, because the game's free anyway. So I understand the marketing in skins and dragged out content and all that stuff, because that's not only same for First Soldier. You download the game for free and then you buy skins and extra characters and battle pass and stuff. That's fine. But and you don't have to get that stuff to play the game. A bad example is Diablo. Blizzard, because they are still stupid, released Diablo Immortal, and it already got put out there within a week that you need to spend a ridiculous amount of money just to complete a character. Now that might just be a shortcut way to complete the character, and someone's obviously spent 100k on a character, but at the end of the day, that's nothing new within gacha either. So I don't know why people make a big deal about it. It's just normal. I don't disagree, but I see why some fans are upset. One of the fans wanted OG with better graphics and voice acting. But here's the thing, Irish. You would have complained about it. because it would not have been the quality that you would think it's going to be. Because the expectations have been put out there, they've had to go and deliver something that's even higher. So they haven't just created the experience, because if you got to remember, this isn't a remake of Final Fantasy VII. At least now we know that it's not a remake of Final Fantasy VII. You can kind of put that you can kind of rest easy now. You know it's not meant to be a direct replica of the Final Fantasy VII. So, and that's good because it leaves the original alone. I was always worried that, because remakes, actual game remakes, make the original versions pretty much irrelevant. And let me give you a fantastic example that's in the modern right now. The Last of Us came out on the PS3 and Xbox 360. They remastered it for the PS4 and Xbox One. They are about to do a game remake of The Last of Us. In 2 or 3 years' time, no one will care about PS3 version and PS4 version. They might now because they'll be like, oh, I like that version, and yeah, I'm gonna go. When the remake's out, after a few years, no one will touch the old ones. Yeah, and that's my thing. That's what I'm saying. This isn't a remake, so this has been done pretty well, in that regard. But don't get me wrong, it's not like I don't feel. I'm not saying, oh my god, they didn't. I get it. Like, I'm not against people who wanted the original remake to be the same game, but like with voice acting. But if you just say better graphics, how can they create this but with the original game? Or would it still be the same feels? It depends on what you want. And if it's on the lines of what Suna's making for EchoS, then fair enough. Then whilst Square would probably say that's not possible, Suna's already proved them wrong. But that's why I like the look of EchoS as well, because that is the quote-unquote remake that people who don't like this will definitely love the most. It took a modern community to do that though, and we're already doing it before they did it. But they shouldn't, okay, so I hear what you're saying, but they shouldn't have to do an emulation, right? With First Soldier. That's not true, said, by the way, what you're saying. If it goes to PC, it has to compete with Giants. No, it doesn't. It's free money. What that line there is quite close-minded. It's like you're agreeing with Square of it only being on mobile. Like, I do not understand that concept. Do you think Fortnite went onto mobile? Did that hold them back? Did Apex care? Because Apex only just went over to mobile. All of them, like they do it because wherever a game's free, you want games like that to be as accessible as possible. And Genshin proved, Genshin Impact, biggest game was known as a gacha game, but most people played that game not knowing what gacha is or what a gacha game is. Genshin single-handedly popularized the mobile community, even though they did it by making a game that's designed for PC and console, and then put it on mobile. It's very easy to do it, and First Soldier has the tools to become an easy. I would play First Soldier. I would stream and play First Soldier. First Soldier doesn't have Fortnite money. Square Enix has money, and Fortnite didn't start with money. Epic didn't have the money they did now. Fortnite made that for them. I want to go back on to Irish's point though. Emulate, really good. You can emulate it. Yeah, but that's what I'm going back to one. They should just be able to make it accessible. If they made it accessible, people wouldn't have to emulate it, I would stream First Soldier, showcase it off whether I like it or not. It's still getting eyes, still getting that public view, I love the remake. I never thought I could play a game that would make me fall. I agree. I could not agree with you more. One thing, because I walked into this game with no expectation, which is very hard to do, and it was like experience the characters we loved in the story all over again for the first time again, and that's so hard to do. No remake can ever do that. Except for these guys did it, but instead they just called it remake unironically, and that's what I love about it. They made they called it remake unironically. I'm glad you enjoyed it, by the way. And it's good that it's a separate entity. That's one thing I love about it. It's not going to take away from the original Final Fantasy VII, the one that we all grew up and loved. So we can be boomers and be like, oh, Final Fantasy VII back in the day was amazing. But then the modern, like, the young today can still enjoy this and a different concept. And if they want to go and try the original, they might like it because of the graphics or whatever, but they can still enjoy Final Fantasy. They even put it on a Twitter post that the Rebirth that they're working on now is still being designed so that you don't have to play the remake. You don't have to play this to be able to play Rebirth and understand what's going on in Rebirth. You don't have to play the original game to understand the characters. They're almost going to tell a story throughout. So that's actually very clever. And this also proves that they're not going to let you carry stuff across. Thank God. Like, it shows that they are 3 different games and they are not going to carry any equipment and stuff across, and that you can play Rebirth and it doesn't matter. Which is, I think, is the best way anyway. It makes it more accessible. And also, going back on First Soldier, saying that it's a battle developed for lower cost. If they can fit remake models into it, it's not as much as lower cost as you think. Ever Crisis still get a lot of money. And more money goes into these than you think. And they make that money back very quickly. Gacha makes money back very, 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 very quickly. 1 battle pass is all it takes to make back that money. With a player base of 10,000. You know, a lot of your comments are very like Square are poor. They're not poor. They've never been poor. They've got money and so much assets. It's unreal. Like they're so 5-head. And next year they're going to be the richest gaming company out there. They have won 2023 already, and we haven't even got to it yet. Considering there's a lot of big stuff happening, they just went, you know what? Everyone's releasing these games. Guess what? Here's 16. Here's Crisis Core. Here's Rebirth. Well, that's going to be 2024, let's be honest. But, like, you know, like, the games will get delayed, but, like, a little bit. Crap. I don't know where I'm going. But, no, but you're saying that. Square have more money than Epic before Fortnite. Unreal Engine or not. Square make more than just Final Fantasy games, too. Huh? Am I going mad? Were these always here? Am I going crazy? Why do I feel like I've never seen them before? Why do I feel like I've never seen these enemies before? How you doing today, man? Monkey Wrench, by the way. I don't know if I said how you are. Asking how you are. Oh, there's a chest. I think I go down here. I'm lost because I got too busy into a conversation. I got completely lost. No worries, Orange. Thanks for hanging out, dude. You have a great weekend if I don't see you around again. And have a good one, man. Appreciate you being here. No, I know it's not all Fortnite money. I never said that. It's their biggest driver. In fact, Epic make more money out of partnerships. Look how many partnerships are in Fortnite because they can all make money back from it. But do you know how they did it? They made their platform and their stuff accessible as possible. Putting a game that's already out on another platform doesn't cost them any money. Not a lot anyway. It would not cost money to port First Soldier onto a console and PC.
I'm sure there's another way to get there.
Nothing we can do but search.
And when we find
They
it,
have
we can
this
find
mindset that
that
there's something
material.
about mobile only. And let me just, here's the thing. Mobile's really popular in Asia. And it's insane. Which is why INTERmission is very restricted by the mobile size of its game. Honestly, that game's restricted because of the mobile side. So they're just jumping on that market. It's not really, it can't be changed, but I just feel like they're wasting opportunity. If they make more, like, games like Record Keeper and Exvius and all that stuff, or even that Dissidia game. That Dissidia game looked really good. They're all chibi models, right? They look really good. But anyway, we're talking about Ever Crisis, not Bird Soldier. Bird Soldier gets that right. Because the game looks kind of fun. I was against it, but I kind of like battle royale games anyway. But I definitely would have tried it. But you know what? I'm not doing this, dude. On a tiny screen, my thumbs, when I play games like that, take up the whole thing. I miss every shot. I can't deal with it. And I know you can emulate, but it's still gonna look, the quality will look horrendous. I watched one stream where they emulated it back. So I'm not, I can't do it.
You know the best way to not get lost is to believe that you're not. Mind over matter.
Isn't that from one of Marlene's books?
Yep, one of her favorites. Loves it when I read it to her before bedtime. Doing all the voices.
Life in the Endless Maze. Am I right? I remember.
Oh, trying to walk off the edge. My bad. Have I missed anything? No. Sometimes I get so caught up in thinking what's going on. Some other development BC, you know, it's people with. People with money and qualification doesn't mean they know what they're talking about, by the way. Those people in the suits normally don't know what they're talking. You have been wrong on a lot of occasions. I'm not just saying that unironically. I'm just saying that actually, you know, they're just looking at where they can profit. I just think they can make easy money out of it. They're just not doing right now. I know this is the wrong way. Yo, P-Town, how's it going? Great to see you, man. How have you been? How's the speedrunning going on? You've only just watched the announcement? Oh man, it's huge, isn't it? Dude, it's not just so did you see into the trailer? It's not part 2. It's like, this isn't even a remake. This is its own thing. Like, there's so much coming into this P-Town, it's crazy. Like, and Crisis Core as well, that shit's awesome. Like, and Final Fantasy 16 as well. 2023 is gonna be a good year, I'm telling you right now. There's so much happening next year, it's crazy. I mean, let's assume it doesn't all get delayed, but... dang, I got lost. I think I have to go up here. How have you been anyway? How have you been doing? How's speedrun and stuff going as well?
Let's take a moment to get our bearings.
Yeah, can we get our bearings? Tell me where to go, Tifa. Please. Please. Please.
We're still in G, right?
Yeah, and to reach Mako Reactor 5, we need to go through Section H.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I didn't spot a connecting
You racked up a
catwalk to
hundo.
Section H.
Nice.
Did
GG.
you?
Well,
Things have been great, thank you. Things have been really good, thank you. Appreciate that.
Go for 10. Why don't you?
The only other route that I can think of would be...
So we're just replaying through the remake. I unironically always intended to play the remake. I always intended to start it.
Up for giving it
the
a
other day.
try? It might not work out, but it's the only idea.
On the 17th, unironically Square announced everything the day before.
So we're shooting for those
so we're doing a
giant bands
playthrough
way over
of...
there. Okay.
We're doing a
At least
playthrough
we've
of the
got a clear
remake,
landmark to guide us.
discussing lore and all this kind of stuff like. Because I haven't actually played the
Those
intermission
Federation
DLC.
fans?
Keeping the plates air clean,
So I want to
pushing
get to
small
the
into
intermission
slug.
DLC, enjoy the
Whole
base game
system's
again,
designed to make shit roll downhill
and
faster.
then enjoy the Yuffie DLC as well for the first time. So it should be fun because I didn't have a PS5 when it first came out, so I actually get to kick back and enjoy the Yuffie DLC now. And up until then, I'm literally we're just discussing theories and stuff. And now that we've seen the trailer, we're seeing if there's any breadcrumbs and stuff towards Rebirth and stuff. So that's good stuff. They've made money for less. They would make less money. Oh, we have. I'm saying they make that money back quicker than you think. But I feel like I play more gacha to understand it better. Or have more experience in gacha games than so I know where they are, where they can easily make money.
My turn. Don't overdo it.
Again, it's their choice. They choose not to. To be honest with you, I really don't care about the other assets. As long as the focus on Rebirth, Crisis Core, Final Fantasy 16, as high as quality, I really don't care about the other ones. Ever Crisis
No
and
surprises there.
First Soldier are just extras to me. And reality being, as long as Rebirth, Final Fantasy 16, Crisis Core have got the 100% attention they deserve, I'm happy. I'm honestly happy. If I was going to say any more on Ever Crisis, I would want to play the Ever Crisis with the models, the chibi models, not the remake models. I think it's you have your immersion and then it's broken by a different, you know, it's weird. Now you could argue, but you have the chibi model in Final Fantasy VII, and then you go into a fight and they're not quite chibi anymore. They've got the different character models there. It's not. It's a massive leap. So that's, you know, for me it was a bit of a weird one. It would have been cool if he just went into it, you know, in 2022 it's a bit different. He went into it in a bit different way. In 97, that was a good idea for 97. I want to see progression in video gaming.
Hey, look! I think we can climb onto that pipe.
I feel like I missed something, but it doesn't matter. Oh, unironically, for those who miss it, or have missed it in the past, who else missed this sum on their first ever playthrough?
No fear.
Yeah, I know Crisis Core Reunion is part of the timeline. I said that on the same day we all watched the trailer together. I called that from the beginning. Ever Crisis is just a recap game. Ever Crisis is just a recap game to make money. I said Crisis Core is part of this canon. You don't need to tell me that. I said that first. I said that the moment we watched the trailer.
Hey guys, you know, these fans are really loud and
That's why I'm saying it's almost as one for one as possible, and then the ending's gonna be, you know,
Enough!
it's gonna fit
we gotta
into this.
keep moving.
Okay then. Follow me.
And if you're still unsure of that, to prove that,
No.
the Rebirth trailer has Zack carrying Cloud into Midgard. So, you know, at this point you're wondering why Cloud hasn't said anything about Zack. But, you
It's
know,
a windy day, huh?
maybe there's a reason
One
for
with
it.
a tornado warning, maybe? Don't look at the fan. Whatever you do.
We'll find out.
Right.
That's something none of us actually know. So, there's a summon material here, and they make a point out to it, and I never had a chance to look right to realise it's there. On my first ever playthrough, I mean. It's one of those I had to go back for it, and we do this chapter to get it, to complete my file. Where is it again? It's on one of these.
Hey, what's that behind the fan over there?
Isn't that?
Yeah, there.
Hey,
I never
don't
saw
be a
that my
dumbass.
first ever playthrough, and I missed
Tifa
it.
told you not to look at the fan.
And ironically, it even shows it up on the map. How many people missed it as well? Was it just me?
Piece.
It wasn't just me, right?
Think that took a couple years off my life. I
think the way in there
not
is-
really. Couple seconds, maybe. 3.
I love Barrett, it's so funny. You got it in your first playthrough? Dang it. GG. I think that's the way. Yeah, you have to do that timed room, don't you? It's just me then. That's weird because I usually look for everything. But I remember them talking about it, but I just didn't move the camera right to really pay attention. Because even at the end, they say, "Are you sure you want to go?" If you've missed anything, they actually did give you the "Are you sure?" screen. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm done here."
Section.
Wait.
H is just up ahead. Slow and steady, guys.
And that's our objective?
The cargo platform? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one.
Why is the map showing up this way? I haven't missed it yet, have I? I'm not being an idiot. I don't actually remember how to get in there. I'm pretty sure there's that room with a timer and you have to do that to get in there. I'm pretty sure that's the answer. Yeah. I'm right. I know that. I always know. It's like near the end. Because there's an element, there's a blue material here as well somewhere. There's now 2 markers on it. I don't think they always showed them up as a mission thing. And this is where they spare the tea about the sun.
Cargo platform Biggs was talking about. Let's not keep him waiting.
Error. Insufficient power.
You're kidding me.
Needs 3 lights worth, looks like.
But that's all of them, isn't it?
All or nothing.
Let's regroup here if we get lost. Remember the H1 sign.
Right.
Let's see now. Closest light ought to be...
That one.
Oh, and that one?
By the light of these magnificent lamps, we shall lead our brothers and sisters of the Undercity to a brighter future.
Say
Well,
what?
that was just looking
It's from
clever.
a speech President Shinra gave, talking up the importance of the sun lamps.
Brighter future my ass. Shinra's leading us down a one-way path to darkness and death.
Wasted that baby now.
I won't lose!
I won't lose.
So long. It's on you.
Fire in one all! Time for a serious action!
Gotcha. It's over. Sorry. Deal with that.
About damn
I got this!
gotta love it!
That's that!
Okay. Pop-on.
Look, there's the switch.
Let's flip it and go.
No, we checked for treasure chests. See? See, Barrett, you wanted to skip this? Because we'll get to the end and be like, oh, you sure you don't want to go grab some treasure? No, I'll be like, this dude. He was like hurrying us along 5 minutes ago.
Rerouting power. Please wait.
That's 1 down.
Only 2 more lights to go.
Reinitializing intrusion prevention system.
Panic.
Intrusion prevention?
Back online because of us.
No need to fret, y'all. A few rusty mechs ain't gonna keep us from reaching the reactor.
You know, we're in a rush to get to Sector 5, right? And Biggs is waiting for us. And we're just like, just chilling out, turning some lights off.
Intruders detected.
Intruder.
Engaging countermeasures.
Intruder.
Mid-range turret.
Hey, Cloud!
Such a
hang
cool
back while I
cannon.
deal with these pests. Ooh. Here it comes! Yeah. See ya! Nothing's gonna stop!
You just made our lives a lot. We can move this catwalk.
Yeah!
Hold on.
Lined it up perfect.
That's the way they wanted us to go before, but I want to go this way. Ooh, Turbo Reaper. Say that one for a rainy day.
Think back. Anybody see a connecting catwalk? Which way to the next light?
If we can't make sense of this place, we're gonna get lost.
Well, at least we know where the big-ass things are.
I mean, he ain't wrong.
No time for you!
Take the lead.
Yeah! I'll hit them hard and fast!
You're attacking the wrong thing! Oh, my bad. No, my bad.
Let's go! No more games!
It's over!
Bring it.
It's over!
There!
Oh, these guys are...
Hang back. All right.
Come on in.
Going in. Don't overdo it.
Finish it.
Fire it one off!
Nice.
We're still for a shower.
There it is. Everybody's favourite line. Would kill for a shower. Come on in. No one's stopping you. Okay, maybe not here. Maybe you can't do it on there. Okay. It's a really weird line. I don't know why they use that. When was that? Would kill for a shower. Unless they translated it something else in Japanese. I doubt it though. Yeah, I honestly don't understand the whole shower line. Like, I obviously said it unironically. I don't understand the shower line. It's like the only line that kind of annoys me as well. I'm like, our other lines are just fine, but it's just like the whole shower thing. It's just like, why?
That makes 2 lights down.
Meaning we've only got one left.
The end's in sight, y'all.
Should be able to climb down from here.
You have to fight Guilty
It's a hole,
Duh.
right?
That the Sector 4 slums down there?
Huh? You want to check them out sometime? I can show you around.
We'll check them out now if we fall.
Is that a date offer there, Tifa? Pog, more material.
Power's on.
So I gotta play the, oh, remember how this works. Could take me over here though. Wait. No! Ada, wait! Take me back! No! Wait a minute.
Think they'll miss those 3 plates?
I think I know how to do that, Ruth.
I say
I
the
have to
real
do
sun's
over
the
there.
only one we need. To hell with shimmering in night lights.
Intruders detected. Engaging countermeasures.
Calling lightning. Let's do this.